Hello everyone, Wise Guy Jesse here, and this is going to be episode 23.2 of the Mountain Blade Warband game. So, the last episode, we ended up having this huge feast going on still. I'm sure it's probably going to end soon, but, ended up winning 2 of the 3 tournaments so far. Can't really join the next tournament. There's a whole bunch of fighting going on, I guess. See a whole bunch of people saying being taken prisoner and not being taken prisoner and all that stuff. Looks like the feast is over. The king's still here, so we shall go up to the castle and say hello to the king. Maybe he has a test for us, or a quest, or some kind of thing we could help with. Okay, I guess not. Just gotta make sure we have some food stocked up. Don't want our people starving and getting mad at me for making them starve. It does not end very well. I've had that happen multiple times. Population's now at like 15 because of all the tournaments. Yeah, all the people running along, and I started running. I'm like, all this yellow almost looked like a fire for a second at the angle. I was like, man, I'm like, what's going on with the game? Am I running really fast or something? It's like graphic of fire. What does the Barkway need from everyone? Oh, we've fallen behind. Keep on hitting the space bar, not the... We were hitting the space bar before I did one control. For Larkway, certainly. Yay, we are all here and gathered just to say, I tricked you because we're not worth anyone, so you all ran over here for no reason. Is what he's going to do, most likely. Let's see. Look, he gets everybody in the whole kingdom shows up. But that's also because we're really close to our land. If you haven't played this game before, or if you're just now starting to play the game or think of getting the game, one of the things you might want to know is when you do become marshal of the land, if you want actually a lot of people to show up with this, what you do is you want to run back to the land of wherever you're at. Like I was in the Nord Kingdom, my other guy who's marshal of the land. All the people hang out here because if they don't have any castles, they want to hang out with like the capital main place. And the capital main place is normally what the king owns of that land. King owned the Sargoth for the Nord Kingdom. So all the guys would hang out here. Like there'd be probably 20 people just running around here. All just doing the whole patrol thing of zigzagging around. And what happened was we already took out like all the people around here. Like all these people. Like sometime I'll have to upload a video showing how much I've taken out with other guys. Like we own all of the Vingir, the Swadian, and Roger Kingdom in my other game. And we just had these guys left. But we've taken out like that castle and this place. And I believe that place. I think they're just down to those 2 or something. Or maybe they do have all 3 or something like that. But all people hang out here, so when you want to try to take out these final places, you have to run all the way back up there, say I'm going to start a campaign. Everybody joins you, then you have to run all the way back down here and then take out a place. The good thing about that though is when you're up here and you get everybody joining you, have a crap load of people. And so when you do take out a place down here, like when we took out I think it was the Halmar, once we were done taking it out, I'm like, okay, don't need your help anymore. All these people who were like with me, there's so many people, but half of them were like the groups of like 20 or 40, maybe 50 people. So not huge armies, little armies kind of thing. But they're like, once they're done taking out that place, you say, okay, don't need you anymore. And then they scattered and they started to raid all these villages all up around here. So it was pretty funny watching that because all the people who are all up here now are down here raiding these villages and stuff. And they kind of hung out around here for a while, which was kind of nice. But yeah, it's just a quick tip thing from what I've noticed is you're going to want to hang out and go back to where your main kingdom's at to yep, don't want anyone to hang out with them. We got 800 experience out of that, so that's actually kind of nice, I guess. But anyways, yeah, you want to go back to your own kingdom. When you do have people join you for your quest, because it makes a lot more show up. Also notice that the king is a good person to have with you when you do those giant taking over castles and stuff. So what you want to do is make sure he's there, but since he has a large army, he's much slower, so you might want to have when you're raiding it or taking over a castle, you have a choice to say to wait another day, and you might want to hit that button once or twice to give time for the king to show up, because there's a couple times where I've had that happen where didn't have the king with me and we got the crap beat out of us. And I mean, like, we had like, I don't know, we had maybe 50 people more than them, so it wasn't a whole lot more, but I figured having it on the easiest mode there is, that it'd be easier since people were being, I only get like 1/4 of the damage done to me that normally would happen, and when I hit allies it's only half damage, something like that. But I figured it'd be easier to take them on having that mode set, but no, it still beat the crap out of this kind of thing. They also have when you also want to make sure you check out how many people you have with you when you do attack a castle, because you could be sitting there and you'll have, I don't know, maybe 5 or 10 people hanging out with you when you're alone, and you're like, okay, I got all these people with me, I'm definitely going to be able to take on this castle really well. You go take out the castle and get the crap beat out of you, and you're like, well, what's going on? And then it hits you, oh, I forgot, these people only have 20 people in each army, so we barely make up 100 with just them. And then it all relied on me with my 150 people. So I'm like, oh, that's great. We're going to get to a castle that had like 350 people or something, and we have 100 people less. I'm like, oh, so that explains why we got the crap beat out of us. And oh, there's a tournament going on here. How lucky we are. Oh crap. I forgot it's this one of people and they have like horses and stuff. I don't like horses. But we do have those fancy helmets on. I kinda like those. I need a fancy helmet, come back here. Good for nothing teammates dying. Who's left? You. Yep, got him. It's kind of easy. Okay, 3 teams with 7 fighters each. Ooh, this will be fun. It's like, this arena's really small, it seems, and we're having 21 people just gather in a ball and just go swinging and you're hitting everyone you can. Every time I play this stuff, I don't know if anyone who's watching this ever watches in the Dubascus on YouTube, but as I'm running around swinging, I think of that song he made at Diamond Sword, where he's saying I can swing a sword. I sit there and I feel like that, like singing that song when I'm attacking everybody, because I'm swinging the sword around, and I can swing my sword, my lovely wooden sword, since it's not like diamond. Yep. 2 teams with 8 players each, so we have 16 people this time. I'm wearing this one with the blue wooden sword. I'm going to start sending that. speak to Bus because this is the person. He seems like a cool guy. I'm sure you've heard of the chance to actually really seen it as something else from him. I always feel like most people, if you say something, and the people are like, oh, yeah, we don't want you talking about our product and stuff, and they get mad and they try to like smash them. People, they don't make mentions because the way I see it, if people are mentioning your product, they're advertising it. If they're advertising it, the more likely you're going to get when people go, oh yeah, I remember seeing that product or hearing about it, I go do something. Even though it's a song, it's not really a product, but oh yeah, I remember hearing that before, so then you definitely listen to it, and maybe you'll get more subscribers or something like that, views. And so you think do much because people always they're thinking that they're not mad about people mentioning their product. They just advertised it and they're not even asking you to pay $1,000 and stuff like that to have it on some TV or something that says YouTube, which I'm sure more people use. And it's more likely that people watch that than TV commercial. And we love that. Okay, so it's the final match. I tricked you. I thought he was going to come up and attack me, but I jumped off my horse. And he's trying to run away. Get back here. Go beat my one sword. Kill his horse too. Oh, guess not. I thought that was the last match. I guess everyone else is here. He doesn't realize there's a horse in the way. Come back here. I just want to hit you with a sword. Yeah, get a whole bunch of stuff over here. And let's level ourselves up. What do I want to do? I almost forgot what my person looked like with having the one great helmet on that covered up my whole face. Let's see. Trying to think. I feel like shield would be somewhat nice, but I mean, let's just do improves shield speed and coverage. I wonder if it also helps, like, my shield's just on my back the whole time. It makes me feel like a turtle kind of thing. Like, I have something protecting my back the whole time. I don't have to worry about guarding it as much. And so, or at least to arrows and stuff, it helps out for arrows a lot. I wonder if the same thing happens if you increase that shield thing. It says it increases the coverage and all that stuff to it. I wonder if like that actually helps your back, because I mean, like, I have a huge shield right now. I think it's like one of the biggest ones in the game. And if you were to decrease the coverage, I wonder if it would like, if you would be able to cover like your whole back kind of thing, and just be able to run around and not to worry about your back as much. Or if it only works is when you have it holding in your hand. Because it only works when it's holding in your hand. The only time I ever use shields in tournaments. And if that's the case, I'd most likely go for strength. Or agility. I'm trying to debate right now. Do I want strength or agility? Because I don't really care for having a large army, even though it would be somewhat nice to have the less pay for the soldiers. See now, I'm paying like 30 deniers every week for every surgeon, or the keep on saying surgeon, but the surgeons or the surgeon people, Roderick surgeons, they're like 30 something deniers every week, and I have like 15 of them, so I'm spending a lot of money on those guys. And so it'd be much nicer to have 5% less pay, because I don't know, 5% less pay of the whole 30 thing. It's only gonna be like 3 deniers less, but I mean, it's 3 deniers less times the 15 is 45, and 45 deniers less is enough pay to cover like another Saragon or Roderick Saragon guy, so it just allow you to have large armies and pay the same amount kind of thing. And right now also, since my two towns are not being raided and razed and burnt to the ground and all that stuff, I actually am making like, what was it? I think last turn, like, was it like 100 or 1,000? I don't remember, 100 or 1,000 um, more deniers. So it's kind of nice. I'm also somewhat interested in that just because the last little construction thing, and trying to think, I forget if it's this, the warband, or if it's fire and sword, where they have um there's a building you can build, and what happens is when your town is raided, I think it's fire and sword only, but if when your town's raided, what happens is it's like a bank or something, and they have the money all hidden in there, and so people like something like 50, well, you save like 50% of the gold that would have happened when it was raided. So I mean, it's somewhat nice because even if you're making like 500 or something like that off of a building and it gets raided, you're still making 250, so you're not losing 500 gold in it. I mean, it's a kind of a major drop in money stuff, so be able to save that helps out a good bit. But also in that fire and sword, I noticed that like in this, people are paying a bunch of deniers. In fire and sword, I think you pay a lot less. You pay a lot less for units, but items are a lot less. Or some items are a lot more. But I mean, like in this game, when you go like fire swords, it's much more complicated than this. It's hard to explain. I might have to do a let's play of it sometime if people are wanting to watch it. I mean, like, I know I say leave a comment if what you think about this, but I don't really get a lot of comments of what people think about what games I should play and stuff like that. So I'm kind of lost and kind of swinging in the darkness, I guess, or swinging in the dark, how that saying goes. I don't know what to do. So yeah, they have that kind of thing. Like, I don't want to go off and do that and then realize that everybody didn't want me to do it, kind of thing. But what can I mean? Like, I could go ahead and do a quick beginning match of it and stuff, and depending on how people are reacting to it, I'll do more, do a whole series of stuff. Because I may actually do that video today and have it up for a weekend. Because on the weekends, normally I'm busy doing like hanging out with friends or going around with family or something like that. So what I do is I record all my videos today on Friday for the whole weekend, and so yeah, I have that all set up. So that also kind of says that if you do leave comments on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday videos, I won't actually react to them until Monday. So yeah, I'm gonna actually make a fire and sword video just see how everybody likes it. Like, in my opinion, there's a lot more action to it because there's like guns and stuff like that. The only thing that kind of sucks is you have really, really nice guns and stuff like that. Like I had this happen to me before. I had like one of the best guns in the game, and I'm always one of those people who loves to be like a sniper or stuff, kind of like, I don't like to be up in the middle of the battle. I like to be off to the side sniping everybody. So that's what I did in the game. I had a really nice gun. It was worth a lot of money, but I ended up getting it from a battle. And what happened was I think it was actually like a masterwork or something like that, so it was like you could tell how good of a gun it was since it had masterwork in its name. And what was it? Part of, I forget which kingdom. There's more kingdoms than there is in this one, I think. And there's much more land and all that, and it takes longer to besiege, so the game takes a little longer. But what happened was ended up helping out the lord of like the main king of our land. Went to attack. Turned out he was outnumbered by like 3 times. So me joining him with like the game, since it's a slower game, you don't get as many people in your group. as you'd hope, kind of thing. Like when you do get people in your group, like you in this game, you go and you can upgrade them from the villagers and stuff. And that other in the Fire and Sword, you could get villagers, but they stay like they're like the militia people or something like that. They're like really crappy people. The only way you get really good people is you attack other players. When you get prisoners, then you have to get those prisoners, asking them to join your group. You lose morale. Then you go and you attack another guy. You gain morale for winning, but then you lose again for trying to get the people to join your group. So it's this huge cycle like that kind of thing. But it's much more action and stuff like that. But anyways, the whole I keep on getting off topic, but the main thing that happened in the story was I ended up going to help the king. We were outnumbered by a crap load. Got captured. Well, I got captured. He escaped somehow. When they capture you, they take your like the item that's your like your weapons away and stuff. So I lost my really good. Like I had two guns. So I had a like a rifle and a pistol because you can't use the rifles on a horseback, but you can use a pistol. The rifles take longer to load than pistols do. So what happened was I had the pistol to run around on the horse shooting people, and it was almost a one-hit kill kind of thing most of the time, depending on who you're shooting at. The rifle was a one-hit kill, I think all of the time because of how good it was. And so they were really good weapons. I get killed, lost them, kind of upset about it, forgot about it, went to attack bandits, forgot that I didn't have any weapons, so I had to fist fight bandits, which was a very, very long battle, and I got the crap behind me from that too because it was basically like the bar fights and stuff. And so that was somewhat annoying to have that. But oh man, it's still a pretty fun game. It's just that when you get, it's kind of like one of those games where if you get captured, you're going to lose a lot of people. Like you lose like all your teammates and stuff. You get captured, you're losing your weapons. You get basically knocked down really low, and you're like basically getting thrown down. And you're trying to stand back up by getting your weapons and all that back, but it's hard because you lost a good bit of money. And by the time you're starting to, you're back up on one knee kind of thing, you're about to get a good foot on the ground and build an army again. You get knocked down again by some other giant army or something. So that's how that game goes. But as long as you don't get knocked down that first time, you're still good to go for a long time. And so what I always do in that game is I'm very, very protective kind of thing. Like I'm cautious about everything. If I see like one guy who has like I don't know 10 people less than me, I still panic about it. So even like in this game, warband, I'll go against people that have like 100 more than me, and I'll still win. And that fire sword, I could do the same thing, but I'm worried I'm going to lose all these good weapons because you're not making as much money to buy those weapons back. You have to wait a long time. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to put that in the one, wherever it was at strength, and get a little bit more health. I want to see if I got people doing all these kind of things down here for me, so I don't have to worry about them anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase riding and athletic, which actually I'm going to increase agility now so I can go for the or not athletic, but riding, because I want to be able to get my heavy charger, because he is my favorite horse in the game. I know some people here probably started watching me from the next video where he has a heavy charger, and how he also uses the giant sword like I do, the war cleaver. Well, he used to. So people are going to say, "Oh, you're just copying him," but I mean, it's a great setup and stuff, in my opinion, and his opinion, and I guess great minds think alike is all I have to say about that kind of thing. We both agree that it's a good item to have. And everybody's will probably get upset too when I say that I like to have those one steel shields just like he has, but I mean they take a good beating, like they last. Like these shields, once I'm done on these points up stuff, you'll be able to, I'll show you the shields, the steel shields, they take a lot more beating than what was it they take a lot more of a beating than the normal shields like forget inventory. Okay, this one, how it has 189, but then you go in here and this place doesn't have steel shield, but you mean like this one is a heavy and it's reinforced, so it's a little better, and it has like 633. If I remember correctly, the steel shields they have like 1,000, and so if I remember correctly, the number there is each time someone hits you, how much damage it would have done to you is done to the shield. So being able to have a shield that can take on like 1,000 damage, it's really good, because I mean, like when you're raiding cities, or not raiding cities, but when you're besieging towns and cities and stuff, and you have to climb that ladder and everybody's shooting at you, having that shield's really, really good, because you're going to be able to take on a good beating with that thing, and you get hit from like all sides. But as long as that shield's up in front of you and that's what's getting hit most of the time, you're going to be able to last longer than most of your soldiers and stuff like that. Let's see. See if this place had these. They're really expensive arrows, but they have like a large bag of arrows. Or I'm looking for bolts. That's why I was trying to go. I forgot that the only bolts you could get that's better than normal bolts is the steel bolts. I think it only does like +2 damage or something. I was thinking of, I forgot that I don't have a bow and arrow, because I was looking for the arrows that were a large bag of Kerrigan arrows, because I mean there's like a large bag of like Rogic arrows that have like 32 arrows that do like +3 damage or +4. But the large bag of Kerrigan arrows, since Kerrigan are known for being horsemen people and having their archers, they have a bag of like 34. So they'll keep them firing for a while. But I mean it's like 4,000 or something like that gold for it. But anyways, yeah, I think I said kind of wasted half this game. It's talking about the other game, which I think I'll go ahead and record now. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed, go ahead and hit the like button. If you have any kind of like requests, I guess, what to say, what you want me to do next in the game, because I'm still open to ideas. I'm basically just running around waiting for anyone to say go take out that place or raid this city or do this or that. I'm waiting for those kind of comments. So go ahead and leave a comment about those. If you haven't subscribed yet, appreciate if you did subscribe. Yeah, I guess I will see you guys next time. So see ya.